evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, beautiful people. How everyone's doing. I'm going to try to go on my phone and make it public, but I think sometimes we've been having some difficulties the last few weeks. See how that in tonight. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. The same foolishness is happening, huh? Well, what can you do? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui, and some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767 YT Kuburi, tall as her body, you call me Lukubo, and raised me now the South, sustains me. How are you beautiful people doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. I see Mr. Arvin Vasa has come on. Let me see who else has come on. Let's see. We're trying to get it in there. Hope everyone's doing well. While you guys are coming in, I'm snacking on some food here. You're like, why are you eating, man? Did you eat earlier? I did, but I'm craving more food, man. So I'm going to eat some of that while I talk to you, why people start to come in. Yes. That is awesome. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. While we're doing that, I'm going to go to YouTube because I want to send this to a couple of people who can follow along, because they're always like, you know what? I don't know why these people ain't following along. Well, let's see. Tuesdays with Terrence. And let's see if we can get a couple. Let's hit the search button, and maybe we can get it in. Tuesdays with Terrence. That's the wrong Terrence, man. Tuesdays with Terrence. We got somebody else is trying to steal my moniker, right? Tuesdays with Terrence. Boom. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. How are you people doing? Let's get up to the show. There's a Tuesdays with Terrence, though, but it's Terence. Someone's trying to block me, man. Man, I've been doing this way before you, bro. So let's go back and do it again. Let's do Tuesdays with Terence. Search and see what we can pull up. Tuesdays with Maury. Tuesdays. It seems like someone's blocking my stuff. Whoa, that's not good. That's not good, man. What's going on here? What's going on here? Let's try to fix that. Let's see. Let's try it one more time. Tuesdays with Terrence. Tuesdays with Terrence. There we go. Bardui Financial Services. There it is. We just popped up, man. Let me send that to some people real quick so that they can feel a little comfortable. Let's go here on Facebook, WhatsApp, and put it on my story, and people can get a little comfortable here tonight. Let's try it. Let's try it. Put the blue on there. The blue. There's the blue, and make it come up strong. I hope everyone's doing a good thing, and everyone's doing okay tonight. I don't see any comments yet from anyone. Let's see. People are starting to come in. The comments will come in pretty soon. They will. So how are you beautiful people doing tonight? Hope everyone well. Bardui Financial Services. So if you don't say hello in the comments, I won't know that you're watching. I'm going to send it to my best friend so he can take a look, and send it to a couple other people. One, let's see, two, and let's see, three. Let's see, who else can I put it to? Adrian. Send it to my boy, and send it to my siblings as well, so they can take a look if they want to follow me tonight. Let's take a look. something has been happening lately, right, guys? And I don't know why, because I used to be able to make it public, but now it doesn't allow me to make it public until after the show. And I don't know what's going on. What did I do wrong, or what we got to do? But something is happening, and people are starting to watch. People are starting to come in when they put their notes in. We'll see. I see Peaches. Goodwill is coming in. That's awesome. Alvin is probably in. A couple other people will probably come in a minute. And let's see what we can do. Go back to my theme song, and we can start the show. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody's doing okay? We're going back to the basics tonight, man, because a lot of people have been falling off the wagon and falling off the train. So I'm going back to my basics tonight. Kamem, you know what I'm saying? I got my hat on. It's for some of you guys because everybody ain't listening to me, and I'm feeling a little hurt. So I want to make sure that everybody understands the reason why we do Tuesdays with Terrence. So we'll get the song started. We will, let's see. Boom. Yeah.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shine in dreams, in the heart of this town I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstone, with every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for this sunrise. I'm thankful and free, a licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am, from Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, together with my journey, side by side.
The roots of my rise from Dominica to Boston to the South. Good evening. How are you people doing? Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. For some reason, lately, I cannot make this public on my personal page, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what it happened. I don't know what they did or what on, but for some reason, it will not allow me to make it public.
Times.
See, I'm trying it right now and it won't let me do it, folks. It will only let me do it after the show. So there's something I must have done. I don't know what it is that I did when I was setting up the shows, but I don't care. I'm going to continue doing Tuesdays with Terrence and move it after we can make it public. So I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the show again. My name is H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy, and even from the 767 YT Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Tall is her body. Are you from Point Michel, aka La Pointe? You call me Luku Boy. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's having a good time, having a good week. Man, I've been having a rough week, a rough month, a rough everything. But guess what? I give thanks to the Almighty, and I'm just keep trucking and trucking and trucking. That's all I can do. And tonight we're going back to the basics, man. We're going to go back to the basics tonight. So whether people look at on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever they're looking at, we'll be able to let me take a look on here as people are coming through and see where they're watching the show from, so I can make a little, let's see, we can see Peaches is there. She made a comment. She says good evening. I'm going to say good evening from there as well. Good evening. Let me put it back. Good evening, so that everybody, like I said, when it rains, it pours. But you know what? I am true to my game, man. I am true to my game. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. Nobody gonna take my pride. Nobody gonna roll me down. Oh no, you got to keep on moving. So how you doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. Let me see if there's anybody watching on Instagram so I can give them a shout out. Let's see. Alvin Vassars on Instagram, welcome. Candy Singleton, she joined for a little bit. I don't know if she's still a Candy. I haven't seen her in years from Karina's. Oh my gosh, how are you, young lady? Hope you do. Hope everyone's doing fine. I got a little snack here I was eating, guys. Who can take a guess of what I'm eating? Any of you have an idea what I'm eating here? Make a little guess. I don't want you to see what it is. You might say, you see that? You're like, why is he eating? I put it in my mouth. Did anybody can take a guess? Can you take a guess of what I'm eating? It is what it is. I'm going to start going back to basics, man, because I feel a lot of people are losing what I've been trying to teach for the last 5 years. So because of that, I'm going to have to go back to my roots. You guys heard the song, from Dominica to Boston to the South. The South sustains me, and that's what I do. I get up every day, and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I get on and I do Tuesdays with Terrence. Because some people can't see my page, I'm going to watch TWT on Bardui Financial Services. So for some people who've been trying to find me and think that I gave up on them, I want them to know that I did not give up on them. And let's see. But you can watch. Let's say you can watch TWT. TWT. Let's try it again. TWT. All right. And whoever feels excited, they can watch. Who don't want to watch, it's on them. And as we say in gay Paris, c'est la vie, mon ami. Put up a story and just post it. It's posted. So people can get to watch if they want to. I always tell people there's different ways to find me. But good evening. And how's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing fine. Let me take a look at markets, see what happened in markets today. I hope you guys are keeping in touch of what's going on in the world, man. The world is crazy right now. Wow, the Dow Jones was up 507.24 and the NASDAQ was up 281.56. That means you all made some monies in your phone. You know, I think they think I'm reading an article here. It says CNN says the Trump administration scrambles to rehire key federal workers after the Doge firings. That's like so stupid. And I believe the Fed might do something with the interest rates. So we'll see how that goes. So I hope everyone's doing well. Those of you with 401ks, you know, you're doing a little better. And people always ask me, what does comment means? You see, Dominique, you know what I'm saying? You know, every now and then. I want to make sure that everybody realize the importance of, make sure my volume is loud. Make sure my volume is on high so you can hear me. Everybody has to realize that we're responsible for our own success. That point, he said, how did he say it? I want to say it right. I don't want to say it wrong. Let me make sure. He said, what did he say? He said, where is it? He said, everyone needs a paycheck, not a paycheck, but a paycheck in retirement, and we can help you attain that. Everyone needs a paycheck in retirement, and we can help you attain that. Do you know what a paycheck is? A paycheck is not a paycheck, but it's a paycheck. But we call it a paycheck. A paycheck is not a paycheck, but you can use it as a paycheck, but we call it a paycheck. And you're like, what if you are going to get Social Security? Some of you have 401ks, 403bs, 457 TSPs. Some of you may even have a defined benefit plan, like a pension plan, right? And when you retire, you're going to lose your income, right? But you're going to get Social Security, and you know you have access to your 401k. I was talking to someone today, and they were telling me the last time they checked, their 401k was about $220,000. And I said to them, you know, $1,000. I said, because Uncle Sam hasn't taken his bit yet. Uncle Sam hasn't taken his bit yet. And they were like, wow. You know, we had this conversation about it, and it is what it is. But wouldn't it be nice if when you retire, wouldn't it be nice when you retire, right? You had like a check that you can get every month, or annually, let's say annually, and I don't know, $1,000 a month, $1,350, $2,000, depends on how much you put in, and that's your play money every month. If you go on a vacation, you got spending money already, or you can use it to take a trip, or you can use it to do whatever you want to do. Buy stuff for your grandkids, your kids, I don't know, your husband, your wife, your boo, your side piece, your chick, your whomever. But, you know, you have money coming in. But that money is not even the money that you use for 1K, or maybe you have a pension plan, I don't know, or you have some other investments. But that money is money that you can access. Well, imagine if you're 40 years old, 50 years old. If you're 50, you got another 15 to 17 years of working. If you're 40, 50, you got about 27, 25 more years of working. And even if you're 60, I know someone right now who's 60, and they told me I'm probably going to be working until I'm 70. Because they say, right? I've heard a lot of stories of people say stuff like Social Security is going to run out. Well, I don't know if I subscribe to that or not because people are paying into it. If you have less people paying into the pot, you know, it might affect it, but I don't believe that. But I don't want you to depend only on that because even your Social Security income could be taxed as well. So we're trying to teach people how to use life insurance to fund their retirement or supplement their and call it a play check. Because remember, every time you go on vacation, you need spending money. What if somebody gave you a trip to come and see them? I don't know, wherever it may be. It may be cheap because the flights are low or whatever. And you're like, man, then you get a check. You have a check for $1,300 or $1,500 or $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever the amount may be. You have a little spending money. Some of you like to do funny things like go to casinos and stuff. You have a little spending money. I don't advertise. I don't advise. But if you go on a vacation for a weekend or a week and you have a $2,000 or $3,000 US and you're in the Caribbean, that's pretty good. You might be able to survive, right? So why wouldn't you take advantage of an option like that? And sometimes most people don't know. So we're going back to the basics. I spoke to someone today. As a matter of fact, I'm going to send him this clip of today's show right now. I'm going to send because I want him to listen. You know, I was telling him that, hey man, we need to talk to put some stuff in place for your family. And he says, I think my kids are covered through my job. I was like, yeah. If they die, you want your kids to die? No. How? And they're all under 5 years old, I believe, if I remember correctly, or around that age, 6 or under. Can you imagine starting at age 6 to prepare for retirement by putting 50 or $100 up to $250, you know, or what, you know, if you can, aside for your children, of, you know, and you get to control that money until you feel they're responsible enough. And in fact, to help you down the road. God forbid something happens if you didn't plan appropriately. So why is it that people don't plan? And why is it that I think sometimes people think they have it all under control? You know, I was talking to someone today, I won't call his name, and I told him that, you know what, I'd be upset. I told that individual, I'd be upset, really upset. I want to say good evening to my cousin, Elizabeth, and I see Antoinette watching as well. And anybody else who's watching, if I can't see you, I just want to say welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. But I was telling this individual, you know, I'd be really upset if, you know, you needed help and you didn't call me to help you. And they said, why would you be upset? Because I'm like, because you've known me, you know? And the individual said to me, well, what if I have a family member who does the same thing that you do? Just because they're your family member, I figured they would get first dibs, but give me an opportunity to present as well. And I said to this individual, a lot of us have people who do things for us, and we don't want it to be family, and that's okay. Most of my clients are not family or friends, and I'm not looking that my family and friends have to do something with me. What I'm looking for is for individuals who are willing to learn and have me help you. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you online tonight. Sometimes we don't realize the importance. Sometimes we don't realize the importance of planning ahead. It's only because sometimes I don't know how to say it nicely, because sometimes I can be a little harsh. I just think sometimes we're in our own little world. We are into our own little la la world. And like I said to you guys, it would be nice to have some play money, some play check money. You got your paycheck coming in, which is Social Security or maybe a pension plan. Most companies don't offer that anymore. You may have some 401ks around, 403bs, 457 TSPs. You may have some mutual funds, some stocks or bonds, crypto or Bitcoin, whatever it is people do. But it'd be nice to just have some play money. That play money is guaranteed every year, guaranteed for as long as you live. Guaranteed money for as long as you live. Why aren't you doing it? I think some people just don't know. They don't know. And, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to educate those who don't want to know. Now, if you want to know, all you got to do is listen, tune in, and say, hey, man, this guy's been talking about this thing for a while. But I can get some play money when I retire. I want that. Everybody would want that. Everybody would want that. And what I'm saying here is that we can do that for you. We can do that for you. So like I was saying to you, I was talking to a young man today who got married maybe 5-6 years ago, and he was telling me, well, I got it on my job. Hey, Alvin, how are you? And I'm like, no, you don't have it on your job. No, you don't have it on your job. You don't. And your job is something you're renting in case something happened to your family and they die. You don't want, who wants to see their family die? Nobody does. So therefore, how about we put something in place that you can access while you're alive in case you get sick? So he says, I get off work at 6:30. Well, I couldn't call him at 6:30 because I got to get ready for Tuesdays with Terrence, right? But I think it's really, really important that you put some play money aside. You can get a play check. A play. Who wants a play check? I do. I want a play check. And also, I found out that a lot of people don't have anything aside for critical illnesses. We all know someone who has had cancer, stroke, heart attacks. And it would have been nice. I was talking to my best friend today. I wish I could have pulled out some money for him from what I'm talking about. And this is where I say I can't tell family and friends what to do, and that's their right. But when family and friends think life happens, I just pray for them. That's all I can do. I pray for them because I've been informing everybody. And what I remember when you see me, they say, oh man, here comes H. Here comes Havis. Here comes Terrence. Here comes Little Boy. Here comes Little Boy. Here comes Mr. Bardui. And he's only going to talk to me about putting something in place. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that you guys seek out. I want to be the guys that you guys seek out and put something in place, protect you, protect your family, protect what you need to do so that the lifestyle you desire during your golden age. And some of us don't want to think about our golden age. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we don't want to get old. Life happens. We all gonna get old. All of us. You know, I know I'm getting younger every day. Last year I turned 60. You know, I feel like I'm old. And I try to act like I'm too old. But in reality, I am 60. We'll be 61 this year. But you know what? I have fun educating and telling people let's go back and let's plan. We have time. 60 is the new 40, they say. Right? So if I know I've heard a lot of people say, I can't wait to retire. I was talking to him and I was walking in the park. It was like 100 degrees. I was in the trails, sweating like a pig. And we were talking about, you know, SPIAs, single premium immediate annuities, because June is annuity awareness month, right? So a SPIA is a single premium immediate annuity. It's kind of, you take a lump sum of money, you put it into an account, and you get an income for as long as you live. So large sums of monies, right? And he said to me, if you had that much money and you did that, would you still work? And I say, yeah, I would, because this is not work. This is fun. I can do this on the beach. I've done this in multiple different states. I've done this in my car, at church, hotels, family members home, my niece in New York, my niece in Boston. I've done it from the Eastern Shore, Ocean City, Atlanta, Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, I think New Jersey. I've done it in New York. I haven't done it in Connecticut or Rhode Island. I did it in Massachusetts. I did Vegas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I didn't do it in DC proper, but I did it close to DC proper, close to DC. I said Florida, I've done it there. No matter where I am, I educate. So what I'm saying to you is, if you had a critical illness, right? Some people tell me, I got an Aflac, the duck. Aflac, whack, whack. I get, you know, 100. No, I want to see you get 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 or 900,000 based on what you put into place. And then you can use it for whatever you need to. Some states like Massachusetts, you have to use it for long-term care, but that's Massachusetts. If you don't live in Massachusetts, it doesn't apply to you. So who do you use for critical illness? Like cancer. Has cancer affected any family members of yours? If your mother with you or daughter, or critical illness, stroke. I told you my best friend suffered a stroke a few years back. But the important thing, folks, is making sure you put stuff in place. So first, what I would recommend is you don't have much money, start with a term policy. You rent it for 10 years, 20 years, and within 30 days after that, or a year down the road, or 2 years, for your 10 years, your 15 years, you have enough time to convert it. You got a lot of money? Awesome. Well, let's start putting it into something where that's not temporary, that's permanent. Something that's permanent, they say. When you put in something that's permanent, you could access it while you're alive. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Some of you are retiring very soon. And like I said, I'm never going to retire. And I applaud you all for those of you who have retired. So when you retire, what are you going to do? Sit home and watch Bonanza on TV? Or watch The Big Valley? Or watch Tyler Perry movies? You want to keep your mind sharp. You may volunteer at your grandkids' school, or at the Y or a senior center. But you want to be, some people say they want to travel, and that's fine. You could travel now while you're working. Every vacation, plan ahead. Save and plan for that. Would it be nice if you had a vacation fund that you could use because you're using it? And in case if something happens to you and you can't work, you could still access those funds as well. I'm going back to basics because a lot of us are not doing that. And for those of you who are in your mid 50s, late 50s, early 60s, and you're still working, you should be contacting me to help you do what's called an in-service rollover of your 401k, your 403b, your 457, or your thrift savings plan, TSP. You should, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future financially, but what I know is that I have a way that I can guarantee you will never lose a penny. Those of you who are 55 and 60, on 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're not 21 or 31 or 35 or 40 or 45. You're not even 50. You're a little bit more mature. And because you're a little bit more mature, you got to start thinking. You got to change your mindset. You got to restructure, reallocate. You see, I'm the safe money guy. I'm the only money you never want to lose. For some of you, it might be 50,000. For some of you, it might be 100. Some of you might be 1,000,000. I have a friend right now. I keep talking about that friend. She's ready for me to move her money. Her company will not allow it. And I'm so mad at that company. And usually it's hospitals. Hospitals are like that. They do not help you, or they don't want you to move your money when you left while you're working there and you're old enough, the law allows. They want to control that. You should be able to control what you want, when you want, if you want. You should be able to. Why aren't you? Why aren't you? Well, I think sometimes we don't know how to do it. We don't know what to do. We just don't. And when we don't know what to do, it's kind of hard because, you know what? My job, like your job don't invest your 401k. A financial services company does. A financial services company does, not your job. So as you get older, you need to say, man, no more risk. I want some of my money to be protected from loss, from decline, from market fluctuation. I just want it to stay where it is or go up. Stay where it is. And I think if I had to do a poll, I think all of you would want it to go up. Well, let it go up incrementally, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Safe growth. Safe growth. The temperature's been going up lately, right? I saw in Boston, it was like 100 degrees like yesterday or today. New York, almost the same. Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland. Hot. Well, your retirement should be hot too. Hot mean good. Good. So you can access it when you want, if you want. You got to do. No one should be telling you what you got to do. Nobody. 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 Nobody should be telling you what to do. Nobody, man. Nobody. All you want is growth. And you got, folks, sometimes I wonder if we know what our plans are, if we know where we're going, they say if you don't have a plan, any road will get you to where you're going. Like if you go to California, you got to go west. You're going, if you're in South Carolina, you're going to Toronto, Canada, you got to go north. South. If you're in Boston, you're flying to England, you fly east. Can't go west, Cali. That's west going to Hawaii. So you got to have a plan in place, and you got to make sure your plan is solid. And if you want to take a risk, you could, but you got to have a certain amount, a percentage of your money that's safe. I heard a preacher, I think Jamal Bryant, talked about, someone asked him a question. Some people tithe, but they don't budget. Because he says, because you give 10%, but you don't know what to do with the 90. You don't know what to do with the 90 because you think you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You see what my hands are doing? What if you're driving like this erratic? You don't know, going up, going down, going left, going right. It's the same thing with your financial plan. How many people can say, you know what, my financial plan is solid? And if it is not solid, my financial plan is, I'm trying to get it solid. And I'm talking to people with jobs. If you don't have a job, I'm not talking about you. If you have no income coming in, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who got some get income coming in every week or every 2 weeks or every month. But sometimes we don't listen. Sometimes we don't want to listen. So I'm going back to the basics. Save. Put something away every month through life insurance. For two reasons. One, if God forbid the worst and you die, your demise. But I'm thinking more about for those who are going to live. If you live and you find out you have a critical illness or a chronic illness, how are you going to manage that? How are you going to manage that? How? How are you going to manage that? You're going to ask everybody you see to help you? I get requests all the time from people. And the people that they tell me about, I may know of the people or I may know of the people's family. But I'm talking about the requests that I learned about up here. The people who live here in the continental United States. To take advice or make decisions or give me cockamamie excuses like I got it on my job. I don't care about your job. Oh, I want you to have your job, but I don't care about what you do on your job. I want you to own something outside of your job. I've said it 100 times. You have a company car. It's for company business. What about your personal business? Company car is going to let you take it on vacation and go all over, drive to California and you live in New York. And they pay for gas and for the wear and tear. No. The wear and tear and the gas is for company business. So it's incumbent on you to solidify and put something in place. So let's talk about the play money again. Now, our president, Mr. Anthony Stewart, made a point from American Classic Agency, as you can see today on Live at 5. He said, 10 or 15 years, you think is a long time? Man, I've been in the South for 20 years. I can't believe it. It feels like the other day I came down here. from Boston. And the time just, and I made a lot of mistakes. You know, the reason why I'm so anxious and so demanding with you all? So I don't want you to make the mistakes that I made, the foolish mistakes that I made. I want you guys to be better, do better than me, excel better than me, prepare better than me, be ready better than me. I want you to do everything better than me. That's love. That's caring. That's understanding. That's planning. So in 15 years, I'll be 75 years old. 15! A mouth, and I'm alive, I'll be doing it. You know, there were some times I felt like, you know what, bump this. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to talk to these mugs no more. Nah. But guess what? A little voice in the back of my head will tell me, you can't. Then I'll get these nice DMs and personal texts from some of my family and friends, you know, and well wishers. So you're doing a good job. I'm so proud of you. Continue. I don't do it for the accolades or for the attaboy. I do it because I believe middle America needs to know this and needs to do it, needs to do something, put something in place. Middle America needs it. And who's middle America? You, me, the average, you know, middle America is not the 1%, it's not the wealthy, man. It's the people making 30, 40, 50, 60 a year, 200 grand a year. Those people, middle America. And some people have children, some people have grandchildren, some people have, you know, husband, wives, brothers, sisters. You know, you need to tell them, hey, man. And some people have told me, man, when I'm ready, I will contact you. I have to believe them and accept that. I can't force anybody. There's some, they're my client. I'm their client. They're my client. It's funny. This is one person I can think of, one of my best clients. Awesome person. I can't never use them as a testimonial. Someone said to me, you should do testimonials. Sometimes every now and then I put testimonials up. I put one on last week about a client and friend, former partner of mine who needed money to help fix a house. Excuse me. And she's been funded in IUL and Index Universal Life, and the money was there. I told her to text me when she get the money. She ain't text me yet. And she got the money. That's why she ain't text me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to text her right now. I want to say, did you get the money? I want to say, did you get the money? Did you get the money? And what day did you get the money? Man, did you get, and what day, not say, and what day did you get your money? It's not mine, it's your money. You know, smart people plan. Wealthy people plan for the weekend. I don't think anybody who watches Tuesday with Terrence is stupid. I don't believe so. I think all of you all are very smart. Some of you just need guidance, but I believe every single one of you are very smart. And if you're smart, what you're going to do is change what you've been doing. And I can help you with that. You know how to reach me. DM me. Send me a DM. Hey, man, I need your help. On us to follow up with you and ask you But I don't like doing that a lot because I feel like I'm bothering you. You know, if you're serious, let's schedule an appointment. Let's talk. Let's put something in place. I don't care if it's term for living benefits that you can convert to permanent. I don't care if it's permanent where you can build cash value you can access down the road. I don't care if you're using it for debt elimination to get rid of your mortgage, student loans, credit cards. I don't care if you're using it just for your legacy for your children or your grandchildren. You know, the 1%ers and the wealthy people, I don't worry about them because they're good. You know, for those of you who are on Amazon, you're making Jeff Bezos very rich. He thanks you. But I just want to make sure that you plan for you too. So set and say, I need to talk to Havis Terrence Bardui. Comment. You know what I'm saying? I hashtag myself comment on Facebook all the time because you know what I'm saying? I've been saying the same thing for years. Change your mindset, get some play money. I said last week, someone told me, when I hit the lottery, I'm going to call you. I tell you $5. You ain't going to call me for 25 million because you don't need me then. Yeah, I do. You need to tell me what to do. I said, no, I want to tell you what to do now. I'll give you a biblical analogy. In the story, there's 4 Hebrew boys, right? Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, and the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were thrown in a fiery furnace, right? And even when that happened, they had already purpose in their heart that they were not going to eat the king's food or bow to the music because they were already practicing that. You see, when you're practicing something, it doesn't matter if you have $50 or 50,000 or 50 million, you're going to continue practicing what you're doing. But if you're not practicing any of that, it's going to be very hard for you to convince me that if you come into money, you're going to manage it the right way. You might, I don't know, squander it that you want to do. I don't know. But I believe that proper planning prevents poverty. We all have heartaches. We all have bad times, hard times. We all have dulls, lows. We all have valleys and deserts and Egypts that we go through. But DCAing, dollar cost averaging your savings, a certain amount every month, things are up normal. You keep doing that, it'll average out over a period of time and always keep you in place. So going back to the basics is you need life insurance. I don't care if you're single, you're married, you got kids, you don't have kids, you got grandkids, you got bills, you got I don't know, your estate. I don't care, but when I die, that's it, they'll figure it out. No, come on, you can do better than that. You can plan. You can use this as your legacy building tool. Do it as your legacy building tool. For rainy days, for bad days, for incidental days, for sick days, for critical illness, critical injury, chronic illness, terminal illness, Alzheimer's days. You have that in place if you can do it. So what will it take? So I will continue my crusade. I'm not going to bang anybody over the head Let's put something in place. I believe each and every one of you can, should, will, may. I think each and every one of you guys could, will, may. So I'm going to put in the chat, take for me to help you. Tell me. So what I will say is this. In a week or so, 6 months of the year will be gone. June will be done. We'll be to a new month. Let's start planning now for the new month by taking advantage of the information that you've learned to make conscious financial decisions for your family. Secure yourself, secure your spouse, secure your children, secure everybody that you can. Because you don't want to get that call. You know, so because you're going to live a long life, let's get some play money in place for your vacations, for your cruises and your beach and your Dubais and your Jamaicas and your Caribbeans and your Alaskas and your Hawaiis and your Jamaicas and wherever it is that you go. Curacao, Aruba, wherever your beautiful heart desire to go. Make it has nothing to do with your other pension or your other stuff that you do. Just have some play money set aside, and I can help you attain some play money. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardoui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardoui. Some people call me Little Boy. If you find 767 YT Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Call me Luku Boy. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. So as I close, going back to your roots just basically means making sure you put in stuff in place. And so you can have some play money when you retire. Good night, everybody.
Trees, the heart of my plan, from the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea. That island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams and afraid. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to acclaim, with every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I've found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul. At every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong in pride, together with my journey, side by side.
The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Folks, let's secure your future with some play money. God bless you. Make it a good night. Until next week. Hasta la vista, babies. I'm out. See you.